Okay, I have 7 o'clock. Call this meeting to order. Terry, can we have a roll call, please?
And he's got names here. Let's see. What we have here, we've got Bill Reed from the public, we've got Philip Meyer from Highway Department, Robin Chestnut Tangerman from public for the time being. Selectboard, Isaac Yackel, Carl Haynes, Sean Ruck, myself. We have Cade from the public also, and Robert McMahon and Crystal Hyder representing the library. And the brain spasm, Cade, I forgot your last name. Peterson, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Terry. What have we got? So additions or deletions to the agenda. I would like to add the possible or the select board assistant position being filled by Cade to the agenda. Where do we? Probably earlier would be better for you, right? So right off. Could we do that a public comment before that?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay.
If everyone, nobody has a problem with it, that's fine.
Okay.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
And I would also like to change the verbiage. I don't know if I need to do this, but swearing in of the new select board member to appointing of the new select board member in this meeting. That was my mistake. Anything else? Hearing none, we will move to approval of minutes of the September 25th regular meeting.
I'll move to approve.
I will second that. Any further comment? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll abstain on that one.
Okay. And then we have the October 2nd special meeting. I'll move to approve those.
I'll second that one.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, so we're moving on to, let's do appointing a select board assistant member first. I'll move to hire Kate Peterson as our select board assistant with duties to be referenced with our letter of intent and changing as the select board decides, or as discussion continues, with a rate of pay at $20.
Whoop.
Ooh.
You go. What's going on today?
I thought you were busy. Just when you think you can count.
Any further comment on that?
I would just say, just to be fair to everybody, I would say, with the duties to be, as we talked about, duties to be kind of self-taught as we go, because we have an outline, but it's very fluid, I guess. At the moment, but
That's what I meant.
duties and responsibilities to be determined.
Since I haven't seen the
Mhm.
the duties or the outline, but I'm wondering if there's a either expected number of hours per week or a cap.
There is an expected number of hours at 8 to 10.
Yeah, we just ballparked it, and that's the way we budgeted it. It was 8 to 10 hours a week to help us with grant applications and whatever, a whole bunch of other.
When I just hear $20 an hour,
Mhm.
sounds open-ended, I get nervous.
Right.
Yeah.
How we going?
Great. So any further comment? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, welcome to the board.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so moving on to the appointing of a new select board member. We
Do we have the list of,
Of applicants?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have, Maxwell Holmes, we have Robert, sorry, your last name again? McMahon, thank you very much. We have Robin Chestnut Tangerman, we have Neil Russell and Joe Castle, I believe is the entire list. So I would, having it on the record, we just have discussed earlier, but I would like to appoint Robin Chestnut Tangerman to this position.
You have to move.
Do I have to move to appoint Robin Chestnut Tangerman to this
I
position?
will second that.
Any further comment? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, welcome aboard as well.
Thank you.
And that, just for the record too, as Robin knows, that's to serve until town meeting March
Right.
2026.
Right.
And
And my understanding is that until I'm sworn in or take the oath,
Yes,
I'm not.
correct.
not official. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So you still got time to back out after tonight?
Yeah, wait and see how the rest of the night.
All right, well, that opens it up to public comment. Okay, moving on to town officers report. Do we have an update from the library?
Yes. What is our update? There is a library. So I think, what is the big update? So they're not gonna start on Monday, which they said they were, but now they're not. They're still wrapping stuff up, I guess. I think they brought their trailer in. So, is there a trailer? I went by there like 3 times. Every time I mean to look,
I
didn't
figured
look.
it was theirs anyway.
Yes, they brought their trailer in, they're working on getting the electricity and everything connected to that. They are saying now November 1st, but it could be before that. But all's on track there as far as we know. I think I said last time that our loan is all set to go, so that's good. We did have a little mishap maybe last Thursday, Friday. Someone knocked over one of the pillars on the one side of the driveway. So, so we were thinking maybe we do like, I know I thought of that too after you left.
That
I
was
was
one thing I was gonna ask Neil about.
So initially we thought like we would figure out how to fix that, but then I think Naylor and Green, while they brought their trailer in, they also knocked the other one.
Oh, really?
Just the top piece, which they either knocked it off kilter or they snipped it off and they put it back on. I don't want to say it was them, but that would make sense. Anyway, they put it back on anyway. So now we haven't met as a board yet, but now I'm wondering, do we fix them? Because what if they just keep getting hit? I don't know if that's gonna be a big.
How wide is that opening?
Apparently not wide enough.
No, yeah.
I don't have
Yeah, I wonder.
a sense. But I imagine, like big lumber trucks and those kinds of things. I don't know, that corner can
We
be
had
tough.
trees in there, tree trucks in there.
I mean, it can be done.
Just last week, and they've been in there before, but, a bucket truck towing a chipper. We have
Yeah,
trucks in and out of the cemetery all the time, towing a backhoe.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
It's wide enough.
Yeah, no, it is wide enough, but I just worry. I don't know what are the chances that it will continue to be hit while there's.
Been plowed for a couple of years. And
I know that, like, they
I was gonna
lasted.
ask you and Carl, you know better than I.
I know they've been there such a long time.
At one time, Marcy, we were looking into it, trying to research some of that, and I think there is some record somewhere of when that was installed. But anyway, long story short, it's
Probably.
been there a long time.
Yes.
100 years, close to it, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I assume it predates the current church structure. I imagine it's.
Oh, yeah.
It's from the previous church structure. So anyway, So that is the decision point, I guess. If we fix it now, or we wait till we fix it later, I don't know.
Probably.
There's pros and cons to both, I guess. But I mean, I guess we're thinking, at least I'm thinking, again, the board hasn't talked about it, but I imagine it's an insurance claim, I guess? Or we just
I would,
fix it?
I
I
would
don't know
think-
what the best course of action.
we don't, as far as I know, nobody knows who backed into it.
Right, that part is
There is
unknown.
one tire track, so somebody backed in
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
when it went over.
The first one or
The first one. And the top plate is separate, and then there's the stack of stone that are like that, that's still intact by looks of things. So I think that can be mortared and set back on, and then mortared the top and set that back on.
Even if you were looking for a claim, if you knew who did it, it would probably be a hard thing to collect, because in a town highway, you're not supposed to have any fixed stops.
Right, yeah,
So
yeah,
The insurance company, I'm sure, is aware of that.
yeah, yeah, so I don't know if that,
We can look at the other side and see what needs to be done there. I mean, it only hangs over the stone, 2
yeah, it
inches
does-
around there, so.
Yeah, the top piece does a little.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
So anyway, so that was the only sort of big, development down there. Demolition we didn't intend to do. But we'll have another townwide, like, mail, it's not gonna come in the mail because we're gonna put it out like electronically and make it available other places. Just to kind of give people an update that it's gonna be starting and kind of reviewing all the grants that we've got and doing a soft launch of the capital campaign, the fundraising campaign that will be starting later this fall. So that information will be out at all the hot spots beginning of next week. Yeah, I think those are the highlights for now, unless there's a question.
You said it started out saying the loan was approved. So what,
Oh,
I wasn't aware of grants, what's the loan?
yeah, so we have I guess it's the grant anticipation loan, or line of credit, I guess, not a loan, line of credit. So we have that through the town's banking at their M&T Bank, which is the town banks with, so they gave us a line of credit in the amount of the larger grant. Not because we'll need that much money, but because they said on their end, it makes more sense if the numbers are the same from like what we get versus what we have, even though we would never need that much. Because we anticipate Maryland mixed bills are gonna be bigger than what we'll have, like, cash flow wise.
So it's a means of accessing the grant money
Yes.
rather than additional funds.
Right, it's not additional funds, it's just a way to front that money while we get the reimbursements and can pay back.
Yeah.
And that is 1.4 million, right? Was the,
And some change, yes,
was the number that
Yeah.
I think we saw.
but we don't anticipate using any more than probably, I think their estimates on their billing was like between 150 and 3, over the course of 5 bills, it's every 30 days, so reimbursements are coming every 6 weeks, so there's probably the good chance that we would have to have 2 bills worth out at one time, but only for a period of a couple of 3 weeks potentially, so hopefully the cost of insurance, or not insurance, what's the other I word? Interest would not be substantial, and then the Friends money will cover those interest costs, so they're not coming from town taxpayer money. Yeah,
Good job.
any other questions library related? Or Jason?
Is there?
You don't count, you can't ask
Well, I was gonna
library
call-
questions,
I was
Sean.
gonna call, with the shutdown, is everything in Vermont as far as our funds, or is there anything with the shutdown that?
Yeah, we haven't heard from them that it's impacting anything in any way, so I don't know if the money actually lives in Vermont coffers, I don't think that it does, I think they also get it, but don't quote me, but they haven't said anything about the shutdown impacting access to that money. So, yeah. Don't bring it up and make it, yeah, so that's that.
Okay. Thank you very much.
No problem.
All right, moving on to town highways, I think. We have a road foreman report.
Didn't know I was supposed to.
So general, what you've been working on?
Cleaning ditches, cleaning culverts, get trees out of the road, working on the equipment.
All right, thank you very much.
Did you get a price from
I just gave it to Gary.
the Casellas?
So we have, if I interpret this correctly, we already had the price of the
Okay,
material.
he put that on there,
So he's saying he can deliver it for
$5.30 per ton.
so
By the ton.
by the time.
And he'd like to do that, 9 trips a day. He said to make that number work. He's get 9 loads a day.
Okay, for everybody, we've already had thank you, Chuck. We had the sand, and that was 21,375. We had that from a couple meetings ago. Casella can deliver for $5.30 a ton, which amounts to 7,950. So the total of those two combined is 29,325. And as Chuck just said, he wanted to do it to make it work 9 trips a
9
day.
trips a day.
And
Mhm.
anyway, so everybody can look at that if they want. We had a couple other options. I don't remember. I don't know what I did with them, but I didn't bring them, but we had a couple other options with DJ and can't remember what the other one was.
Barrett?
Yeah, DJ's for the tractor trailers was 135 an hour. He's got 2. Figured he charged, the last time he charged a straight flat rate of an hour around. So that would come out to roughly 8 loads a day per truck. Probably figure out to be around $6,480 if he, did the rounds same as last year. I know he had rounds that were longer than an hour, but he set it at a flat hour rate. And Barrett they didn't have a tractor trailer available. Their triaxle was 125 an hour.
And he didn't say when he was available or?
Barrett's, they wouldn't have a tractor trailer available. They've got triaxles available.
Oh, okay.
Like a more expensive rate than 125.
Well, that
It's
holds
less
less.
expensive than DJ, but it takes them longer because they can't haul as much.
Triaxle holds less, yeah.
So it figures, we figured it was gonna be about $4,000 more.
Yeah, something like that.
I think it's on that sheet, Terry, if you have that.
So that's an
Yeah,
average. I averaged that.
I had it, but I don't know where.
Yeah, 20, they do 20, 21.
Yeah, I just did an average.
Most of the trailers, the flow boys are gonna haul ballpark 33.
Yeah.
Kelly said that they could, on their dump trailers, if they did it, be between 33 and 35 tons per trip.
And is this sand or is this the small rock? Again,
Winter sand.
From Casella?
Sand with salt. It's got salt in it.
but I mean, regular sand or?
No.
less?
Manufactured.
Manufactured, it's this, it's the
Rock.
white, it's the white stuff.
Okay, yeah. Crushed rock.
Yes.
Yeah. And this is mixed, Casella's
They
mixing
mix
it?
They mix it, it's all mixed.
They don't charge for mixing it
Mhm.
because you're paying as it comes across the scale. That covers their mixing.
Okay, yeah.
Their mixing. Which I think, Kelly and I figured it out. I think that we were getting it all mixed. It broke out to like $600 and something. Don't take on paying a guy to mix it here to make up that difference.
Mhm.
Okay. And wait, and you said, the 9 loads, what was the 9 loads thing? If we were to haul it, would you know?
No, if Casellas hauls, he needs to do a minimum of 9 loads per day to
Right.
make that price of $5.30 a ton work
Right.
for them.
Gotcha.
So that's,
So we need a man dedicated there with the.
Well, they can- there's room to begin with, they could probably get 5 or 6 loads before you need to push it up.
Yeah.
And as the pile grows, and you're gonna need to be there more and more, so.
Right.
Because you'll have to push every single one. But to begin with, I haven't, it's been a while since I put up the sand pile here, so I'm just thinking to begin with, they can get started without, nobody has to be, somebody needs to be here so they know exactly where to dump.
Right.
Yeah, to start with, when DJ was running both of his trailers and I was pushing it up last year, of course, I was using the excavator too to stack it, but they were getting probably when they first started, between 5 and 6 loads, and I was running back and forth and pushing it up. About halfway through, pretty much had to stay right with it because it took so much longer to get it up on the pile. I mean, what I did last year when we were doing it is I was putting the equipment together for winter maintenance, so it was right there, you can keep an eye on it.
Right.
Chuck had talked to Kelly, and he wants us to get 1,000 ton out of there. At least 1,000 ton.
Okay.
So I don't know how many. 3. So that'd be 30 loads.
And how much did we buy? How much do we
We
have?
bought 1,500.
1,500. Is there a reason not to just get it all here?
It's whether we have the space.
Gotcha. Do we have the space?
That's,
Well, it all depends on how you're gonna put it up.
Maybe yes, maybe no.
So the difference in price here, we have a 7,900, we have a 6,400. The cheaper price was the one, is Barrett's, who doesn't actually have
No,
the
Cheaper
no,
price
is
is
DJ.
it's DJ. Okay.
I thought,
79 is Casellas.
So,
I thought DJ was 8,000.
okay.
I thought it was a little over 8,000 is what I heard for DJ.
Well, I heard 6,480 from
Well, it depends on how many,
how many trips? It's a trip thing. Gotcha.
that was figured at 8 trips, 2 trucks, 8 trips each.
Right.
And figuring in 33 ton per load.
Gotcha.
So that would be about 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah, a little over $6,000 is what I have here. That's at 46 loads.
Yeah.
33 ton.
Yeah.
Load. So it could be a little less than that, maybe, but more than.
And that's just if he charges 1 hour per trip.
That's what he did the last time.
Right. But if not, then
It's gonna change.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have a preference?
As long as we get there,
Right.
and I don't really care one way or the other, but if we try to save money, if we can, when we can.
Is he available or?
I had talked to him when I went over, when Kelly had just finished putting the sand up, DJ was going across the scales. I told him the last meeting that I made that I was gonna bring it to the board. And for some reason decided not to do it, so I didn't get back in touch with him. He said he was ready to go at that point.
Why don't we say, I can move if we want, that we'll have Chuck contact DJ and see if he's available, presumably starting Monday, because Kelly wants it out of there, correct?
Yes.
So if he can do it, and we think he's cheaper, we'll go with him, but if he can't do it, then we'll have Casella do it. How's that?
Okay.
Is that all right with you?
Sure.
You don't care one way or
Does it,
the other, really?
no,
I mean, DJ's trucking for Casella.
oh yeah, that's what I mean, I don't know if he's busy for those guys doing something else, you know, a job site someplace, or if he's picked up something else.
I
For
think
somebody else.
they'll be more than happy to work together.
Oh, yeah.
Casella.
But just so we make sure that he's to see when he is, because if he's committed to those guys for
Right.
whatever reason, for a certain amount of things.
I mean, it's nothing to me, I'm just put my 2 cents in because
Yeah,
No, I
but
just-
I would
I'm
second
only here as a
that,
taxpayer and I want to see my tax dollars spent wisely, that's all.
so I would second that we'll call DJ first, see if he's available, if not, just do it through Casella's, so it starts this coming Monday. We're getting 1,000 tons first, I think, and we'll just stop with that, right?
If we got room, should we continue?
If you can keep
If we got
going,
room.
As long as we got room,
keep going. Yep.
And I think Bill had offered, I don't know if his equipment is still over there, but I think Bill had offered the use of the excavator with him operating to push it up high if we needed to, and I think you estimated 5 hours for that, is that right?
It's hard to say.
But, yeah, but I mean, that's,
It was an hourly rate, and it would be up to Chuck if he needed it done or whatever. I'm not so sure that was really the, something that the board wanted to do, or certain ones of the board. And honestly, it's not worth the headaches to me I mean, if you get in a bind, I'll be more than happy to help you out. Last year I donated it,
right,
just to prove that we could get our full supply there, and it worked fine, so.
right.
Monday's a holiday, is that?
Oh, that's right.
That does.
Probably not for construction.
Chuck's supposed to have the
but what's the holiday?
Indigenous people.
Formerly Columbus Day.
So I'll talk to them tomorrow and see if they're.
Yeah, as soon as they can, whichever day that is. Okay, that motion has been moved and seconded. Any further comment? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye. Okay. Should we move on to road commissioner unless there's more from the highway?
Good.
Excellent. Road commissioner.
Who seconded that?
I don't
You did, I just thought so. Thank you.
Chuck had talked to John Colvin. I had called him and talked to him. The lower part of the road, we can take that tree and that brim off. I did tell him that there is a chance of some of that road being under grant work for next year. So that whole hill would be done this fall. You know, if we took them out of there and took that brim off, that may be all that gets done this fall, other than what he's doing, cleaning the ditch up through there and that. I talked to Morgan. He will be up sometime in the next week or 10 days, probably, on Coy Hill. When Chuck and I went out and looked at that, he suggested maybe we can take some of the top of the hill off between the trees on that side.
In between the maple, like
Between
leaving
the
the
maples,
maples, but-
between the maples there. So he had called Chuck and talked to him sometime in the past, Morgan said, so.
I'll say, I don't remember what day it was,
Yeah.
first part of the week. And he said that he would be here and available either Saturday or Sunday to talk with me and whoever, or all of you guys, whoever can be there, so that everybody's on the same page.
So I told him we'd be taking that up tonight, whether we're going forward with that project this fall. Raising the road there.
Right.
Um,
This is not the full, what you first suggested, all like the
Raising the road, yeah.
raising the whole, but that's not what you're proposing was gonna happen this fall.
No, that,
That would be great.
no, that's Calvin's, Daisy Hollow is the grant,
Oh, okay.
No. not Coy Hill.
Yeah.
That's where I estimated the 270 yards of fill of stone, 120 yards of bank run gravel to cover it. And then if we top coat it, I'd estimated it at 450 ton of plant mix and the 17-foot road fabric underneath it. But if we get the stone down and gravelled over, that may be all we're gonna get accomplished this fall.
Right.
But
Which project's that?
at Fowler's, the narrow part of the road,
To fill that void in
yeah, to raise the road.
with rock?
So that is a grant, is that what you're saying?
No,
Oh,
But there could be grant money for it next year, or what
no,
is
the grant money
is Daisy Hollow?
is Daisy Hollow.
Okay.
So
That's what I heard.
That falls under the standards, the agreement you sign with the state every year for road standards, that you get your allotment from the state to rebuild the road.
So what were the numbers on the, on the material list that you needed for this fall? If that were to go forward, the amount of money that costs?
It'd be about 12 hours of trucking if we did it, if we hired it done. The yardage for tailings would be about 33.75. Bank run gravel would be about 960. Then you got the road fabric, and if the plant mix is $12 a ton, I think one bill I saw was $11.50, one I think was 12 something. So 450 ton of that would be around 5,400 for that. But if we do it with our own equipment, trucking, I figured it'd be about 12 hours of trucking for the tailings and another 5 hours of trucking for the bank run. Depends what we have for availability for trucking. So.
Okay, is that on, oh, sorry, yes, go.
so it's like 10 grand there.
I just go back, because I'm here as a taxpayer, and I don't want to see my tax dollars pissed away in something that could fail. And with that project up there, knowing what's there, if that's just filled in and the water can't drain out of the base of that road, the only place it has to go is up. So whatever material you put on top, the water's gonna filtrate into that, and you're gonna have the same problem.
What section of road is that?
Right by Larry Roach's, Fowler's.
Yeah. That persistent stretch there,
Yeah.
quarter mile.
About 100 yards.
Not even a mile.
Okay, so, it definitely needs to be, I haven't seen it, it seems like it definitely needs to be raised up, it's eroded away and it's gone at this point. Does this seem like an appropriate measure, Chuck, to, raise the road?
Fill it with the rock, large tailings, then some gravel, and then top coat with the, plant mix. Putting the fabric down so that, to keep, and what that does is keeps the material separate. If anything on the bottom, and so they can't mix together. As far as any water getting trapped in there, I guess, as steep as the grade of the hill is, I'm not an engineer, so, but I'm assuming that water, if there is any, is gonna come down the hill and you top coat that with that plant mix. Pretty much seals the road as far as, water soaking down in
Right.
and settling there.
Mm-hmm.
I know you had mentioned putting cuts between the maples, is that what you were talking about?
If there's room between those maples to do that without disturbing the
I can
roots,
see where that would,
without disturbing the roots,
Mhm.
and bring where the pin is for Fowler's and Mahars, those trees, take those trees out, do an offset on the pin so that it's still located there. You can, GPS where that pin is and GPS where we're gonna move it, the 4 or 5 feet, whatever it is, so it's still visible. And come down to those as close as we can get to that first maple, taking that berm off without disturbing the roots. And then if there's room in between there, that's gonna be iffy, whether you can dig in between those maples. My thinking is probably those roots are pretty much all intermingled down through there.
I'm just
Maybe
worried
between the
about
bottom
the
one and the
amount.
second one,
I'm just worried about the amount of water that saturates from the opposite side.
from his house side.
Because we drove up there, what was it, this morning? And there was a 4-inch drain tile coming out about halfway down the hill. I think it's from the perimeter drain of that barn.
And
Because there's one up further up the hill
Right.
that I know they were pumping it out of. I haven't seen any water lately coming out of that one, but there was water coming out of the one this morning on the hill.
Mhm.
So that definitely, the hill was wet this morning from that.
They were going to route
They're
that
gonna reroute that, yeah.
down, and I haven't seen it. If they did it, I haven't seen it. And this is pretty near a year now.
Yep.
And they were gonna get right on that. I think my only question would be, if you're raising the road, I don't give a flying F what you do up there. I guess I've said that before. I would think you're gonna put a ditch on the house side, maybe 1 bucket wide. They said they didn't care, you could go toward the house, and there's no ditch there to speak of now. I would insist, I'd say, on at least 1 bucket, not the wide bucket, but the smaller bucket, having a ditch on that side. You gotta have some place for water to go, and there's a drain coming out of the house, and further down, there's one coming out of the barn. So that water's gotta go somewhere, not in the middle of the damn road.
right, no, I agree with that, we gotta have something there so that the water can stay out of the road. For a ditch, for those drains, or just a rainstorm like we just had, 2 inches of rain, the water's gonna be able to run on the edge, out to the edges as far as possible.
Okay. So do we need to, reopen asking them to move that drain down
Well-
further, or?
It's not where they were pumping out of the basement, because there's pipes laying next to the house. When they pump out the basement, that used to come out on the top of the hill. And Ryan and him had talked about taking it all the way across the road to get rid of it, and then they decided not to, that they'd get rid of it down back.
Yeah.
Well, if they pump it down the back toward the barn, it's gonna end up down there in the ditch anyways, so the water that's pumped out of the basement's gonna stay on that side of the road till it gets to the road, So, but we did see that other one down there a third the way up the hill, and then there's the one way down the foot of the hill that comes through the fence line off that property there, so.
Seemed like it would just make sense to tie all 3 together. I thought they had said that they were gonna run it down the hill. And I suppose they could, pipe it and run it under the road, but we should have a permit for that, just like if somebody does an underground service and
Yeah,
That's- that
they
seems to be,
decided that day between the two of
I think they
them not to attempt it.
They could run it on the backside of those trees down to the foot of the hill, there's a culvert there. And
Yeah,
that
there's-
other one empty, seems like that'd be the
From the culvert on the,
logical
that
place
end of
to
the
send it.
flat, it should be no problem to pick up that water
Right,
for that culvert.
So is this scope of work something that can be done, this fall before, or is that, do you have the time to do that?
Yes, we could do that.
Mm.
As long as it
And
doesn't snow tomorrow.
You know, and that's why I said if we do the stone and the gravel, it would be time permitting whether we top coat it this fall,
Okay,
you know.
and that would last all winter being plowed over and,
Yes.
And, so we could wait till spring to top coat it, summer, whatever.
Okay.
Or if there's time this fall, but.
Yeah.
That's,
yeah, I guess.
that's quite a few loads.
Right, and this would be with you guys also trucking it, or would we hire that out?
If we're gonna get the tailings here, out of Jimmy's pit, I don't see any reason why we couldn't do it ourselves. I guess it's up to you guys, if his truck's available to speed up the process.
Mhm.
I guess that's, we could, if we started out by ourselves the first day, see how far we get, I guess that would be the telltale sign of whether we need some help to get the material there a little quicker.
So you're talking around,
Yes.
We're figuring, calculating out as 3 loads every 2 hours.
Mhm.
Because my way of thinking is we're going up that side of Coy Hill, and if we can come over the top of it and back down this side. If not, we gotta go down on the mountain road and back down and dump and push it off. So that was what we were calculating at for loads.
Yeah, I think, if only being halfway done before winter and being plowed over doesn't really affect it much, we think doesn't need to, we don't need to have to get that plant mix cover on, and it's not gonna affect it. I guess I don't see an issue with starting this project, as laid out with these, numbers. Making sure, I guess, I agree with Terry, making sure that right side going up the hill has an adequate large ditch, because that's gone at this point. But other than that, I think we can move to approve this, project.
Second.
Okay. Any further comment?
The only thing would be when I told him that Chuck and I would, whenever he was here, let us know, and we'd meet with him about the other side of the road there, what we can do there or not do.
Yeah.
Dig safe, that does have a phone line buried up that side, and by the looks of the pedestal there, that has to be addressed, so.
Okay. Great.
So it won't happen for at least a week, waiting for them people.
Especially this time of year, busy as they are, everybody's
And I
trying to
didn't,
get something done.
have we always had 2 companies marking the roads, Bill?
what do you mean, 2 companies?
That the phone company has one company marking their phone lines, and the power company has a different company marking theirs.
That's all through Dig Safe.
Yes.
They set that up.
But when I talked to the lady the other day, she said, no, she just does the phone lines, that the other company comes and do power line. It's all a bid process, and they're 2 different companies doing it.
Sure.
So,
But it's phone or fiber optic that
Yeah.
there's no underground power.
there, no.
But they have to come
Check it.
and check that too.
Depending on what you're gonna do up there, you might wanna be careful.
Mhm.
There is a buried power line that crosses the road up
Okay.
there, and that's something that you might not even be aware of.
Well, let's make sure to call Dig Safe before starting the project. So hearing no further comment, all those in favor? Aye.
I have another question.
Yes.
When's the project get done on Daisy Hollow to remove that burn and stuff?
Do we have an update on that?
When we get there to do it. It wasn't, he hasn't got any mandated time. It worked out that we got to it this year. He's okay with that?
The only reason that I asked, and I think Terry would back me up, you definitely want to have some type of written agreement, because that's been in the works for years. It was supposed to be engineered. We had actually hired an engineer to lay that project out. I've told Terry for years that probably when I was gone, it would be allowed to happen, which I wasn't too far out. But I definitely would not get into that down there with just what we've dealt with over the past 15 years.
Which project is this?
Daisy Hollow, by John Collins.
Yeah, well, my suggestion last time we talked about it was to have a sketch of the project, have everybody sign so it could be recorded.
Mhm.
And I said the same thing for Coy Hill, we should have a sketch of that. We had a sketch ourselves here a year or so ago, it's probably still around somewhere.
Mhm.
But sketch it out, what you're gonna do, show a ditch on one side, whatever, rough estimate of materials. Get a signature from Morgan, sign and date it, we sign and date it. And it's not 100% legal foolproof, but it's at least
Mhm.
75 to 90%.
Okay.
CYA for everybody.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, appreciate it.
I had mentioned before about that Hampton's plow truck.
Mhm.
Do we have any interest?
Doesn't have any information on the, how long it'll be up for auction? So
Oh,
is there any need for the town to get another truck? This is maybe we've already seen this.
No, I haven't.
the bid opening is Wednesday at 7:30.
I think when we discuss this, I mean, it's just, even if starting at 40,000, it's just not something that we have budgeted.
We had not budgeted, we had not planned on. We had, how many CDL drivers do we have?
About as many trucks as we
How
have.
many trucks do we already have?
Yeah.
We've already got one truck cart that we haven't used in I don't know how long, I don't think we need another one, in my opinion.
Yep.
For whatever it's worth.
I'm of that mindset as well. Just because it's up for auction doesn't mean we need to jump on it, I guess. But,
I mean, to make a relatively large purchase like that.
I can only drive one at a time.
right, that's what we're all kind of under
For
the.
relatively large purchases like that, I think we need to plan a little and not get something sprung on us and say, we gotta buy it.
Yep.
Right now, we're, we sell. Too bad.
Well, I think the process that you've got into over the years is when a truck's replaced, replace it with new, with extended warranty. When that warranty is running out, that's the time to make the move to switch to another new truck and get them rotating. Obviously, Hampton's getting rid of that for a reason.
Yeah, it's interesting, 140,000 miles on it, usually these trucks are 15 years old or something, and they have like 40,000 miles on them.
Yeah.
Not that that's really a lot of miles for a big truck, but if they're hard miles, it is.
Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like we're passing on the,
I think we talked about it just quick. I think we mentioned it a big dumb day, but our fire extinguishers were all inspected. They
Right.
came the next morning. Philip tracked them down, and so we got the transfer station, the garage, the trucks, and we got this building done. So,
but we're still working on, when you get the list of all of our open accounts that you guys can use, I guess. That was one of the lists that we need to get you.
Oh, I think that was another question we had for tonight. With us starting to get into winter maintenance and stuff ready, we just didn't know what the status was. Like, can we use the credit card to go get some tools so that we could start? I do have a list on me, and we had come up with a rough estimate of, I think, about $2,000 worth of tools.
Okay.
We just didn't know us starting to, we're gonna have to work on some equipment to get it ready for plowing, whatever, and we kind of need some tools to do that. Didn't know if that would be something we should get on probably next week or whatever, picking up some tools.
And I think you really owe some gratitude to Philip. He's been bringing a lot of his tools even before I left, when I was taking my tools home, that were my own tools. He was bringing his in to fill in. I think he's still doing it, and I'm sure Josh probably got tools that he uses. So I think that's, there should be some gratitude shown there, because for years, that's how we've operated. Everybody's pretty much used their own tools, and it shouldn't have to be that way.
did we ever have an account established at Tractor Supply? I think we talked about it one time, and you had to jump through the hoops.
Yeah, it's a pain at Tractor Supply. You
We
need a
were
credit card.
wondering, 'cause they
In
were-
order to, you've got to go there with a credit card, or you can order online and then go pick it up, but it's a pain.
So as far as the credit card for purchases, is that in the office somewhere? Like, where is the credit card?
I don't know.
So if, in authorizing that, can you buy those tools from places that we have accounts?
I don't think so. I think we probably could, but it would be a lot more expensive to go to like the auto store and get, Harbor Freight, I think is the
Harbor
best
Freight,
bang for your buck.
Warranty,
All that.
warranty.
Yeah, they're all warranted. I think that would be the best.
Mac Tool used to come around. I don't think I ever bought anything from them, because one tool was like out the budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
And most of the tools now, they have the same lifetime warranty.
I think Harbor Freight, going there with a credit card would
Okay.
save us a lot rather than going to the auto store, chasing around to where we have accounts.
Yeah, and that list of tools is just the base, what it takes
Yeah,
to
like
do.
air compressor, wrenches, sockets, this baseline.
Yeah.
Pretty much what we need to work on.
I don't wanna be a mechanic, but I'm mechanical, and we need some tools to tighten loose bolts or change the airline, air canister. Just,
Makes sense.
but we need a variety. I mean, from a 3/8 to an 1.25 inch, sometimes it might be something bigger, you have to get in one individual wrench to fit whatever it might be. But we definitely need some tools. And like I say, I'm not looking to get a $10,000 box and then fill it full of tools.
You can have my own drawer tool chest. I don't want that.
Alright,
Didn't
so-
we have, shop supplies?
Is that a line item there?
What's that?
For shop supplies.
Shop supplies, I always quoted that as, your hand cleaner, hand towels, garbage bags.
So we have
stuff like that. There is a line item for small equipment, purchase and repairs. That's usually if I needed a tool, that's where that's line item.
And what's the budget in that?
Yeah, we were hoping to get you guys all set up in big dump day, but we got a toolbox, I think. Is that
Well, the tackle box.
Well, I got, I got the tackle box, but there was
one decent tool.
I think, did we put it to the side? I thought we did.
There should be a cargo. Chain.
Wasn't.
I think we got a couple buckets of nails.
They're good guys.
They melt them down.
Yeah.
We can put a few nails in the salt shed to help pull it up.
You don't remember what the budget was on that line item, do you?
I don't it's under the 729, 04729 line item from the pilot budget. For now, the line items for the broke out.
Right.
Bill's pushing that stuff out of his head. He's just figuring out his Jeep accessories and what they cost.
He's trying to
putting
forget
work
that
stuff out
stuff,
there.
but he can't. I might have you come, you and Carl, somebody that knows about it. I have doesn't belong to me, but there's an industrial sized air compressor in my barn. They came from an auto shop in Ohio. And I think the owner would probably, at the time he wanted $1,000 for it. I have no idea what they cost, but it's been there for, I think, 2 years, so it'll probably take less.
The only thing that I would ask on that, does it run off 110 or 220?
I don't know. I haven't-
Because that power supply.
Indoor is a 3-phase.
They're getting new power over here.
It could very well be a 3-phase
Yeah.
compressor too, which I don't believe we have in that building.
No, they don't have three.
How did the electrical panel go today? They switched
I
it
don't
over?
know that they're.
They put their trailer in there and that was about
They yeah,
it.
came and borrowed
I
our
didn't see
station
him- I didn't see him
too.
come back.
Yeah. they told us
And said they'd be done today, so we have it back for a tip up on Monday.
No, I think, and there's no stuff.
Did I see David Rickman in your ear about the water problem up there?
I was talking with them about it this morning.
Was that?
Small
Terry.
equipment,
Terry
repair and purchase
Together
is
with
$3,000.
3,000.
I took him up there.
I don't know.
Pouring rainstorm up David.
So-
I don't know what's been spent on it, because
So Terry knows
it
what's
got,
going on up there.
We got the,
Okay.
It's online.
Yeah, I saw him up there.
let's,
Yeah, we got pretty good rain again, yeah. He's probably getting nervous.
huh?
We did get pretty good rain the other night, there he's probably getting.
Oh,
nervous.
yeah.
Gotta get that done while it's still dry.
I think
Yeah.
we're supposed to be maybe getting rain Sunday now.
All
We
week.
weren't supposed to get rain, and now we're.
Well,
There's
I thought
a
it was
storm.
been south.
I graded with.
Yeah, I think
they had two different ways that might hit. I don't know, I got today, it's supposed to hit Sunday, but that's good change still.
I did.
Couple days away, right?
We still need it.
Really bad still.
Soupy with it.
He's like, if I don't know this, I'm like,
this is 918.
just,
Did your grandfather know Frank Haley?
he knows.
Steve, he does. The next time he wants to do something, say, okay, Frank.
He knows Al, so I'm sure I mean,
I was on Stratton School last night. Had a white jacket. I thought it was gonna snow. It was pretty cold.
we saw Logan this morning after he came out of the sun. No. I saw a couple squirrels out there, all out of the tree, it's nice job, because they didn't know it was coming.
It's different for the summer, so
I guess,
He's driving.
Oh, yeah, he was in the field truck the other day.
Yep, he was on I thought that was his first day. He had to do 4 or 5
Because
days.
we grouped them together,
Yeah.
we didn't break them all out because we only have 2. Got the 45,000, got the 32,000 for a total of 77.
Okay.
It's not itemized in our budgets anymore.
So what now?
Meaning we don't know how much we've billed to it yet?
I was over the side by side across from the garage, and he came up behind with the guy, and I swear to God, he's hanging out from the waist out from the window, waving at me. So I
It says
told him,
total equipment,
I think it was a little unsafe.
repair and
Yeah,
parts.
he was driving.
But
You have your
that's,
seatbelt on. He's like, yeah, I have your seatbelt on.
it's in the town reports different than
Your wrist.
equipment,
Yeah.
parts and repair.
Inside the truck.
Well, so the budget's 3,000 though, I think
That's what we used
Yeah.
previous year.
I would go ahead and make the motion to approve $2,000 spending limit on tools for the shop, with the credit card that being fined and give it to you.
Okay.
It's under Jenny's name, so I do believe that may be where it's at.
Mhm.
We'll find out from Patty. Or
Okay.
I can try to get a hold.
So is there something that we can do so we don't have to wait for somebody to be in the office? If we need to get a part or a tool to do a job without having to hunt somebody down so we can get what we need and keep the process moving.
Yeah, that would be finding out or making a new, having a new credit card for the town highway, I think would be how we would get that done. Or trying to expand our, accounts, where we have accounts.
Maybe when we pick up some tools, we could see how hard it is to make an account.
Yeah.
Perfect as well.
Yeah, I would start.
I mean, like I say, we can expand to everybody we can all possibly think of. And there'll be the one place we did is the only place we can get what we need for whatever reason.
Yep.
If it's a bearing or who knows what it might be. Everybody's closed because it's Columbus Day, but we still need a hydraulic hose.
We got a place now, I think you could get one.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, you see what I'm saying, we could, think we've covered every single base there is.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, everybody else needed the same part we did.
Yep.
And so we gotta go to another spot, wherever, to get it, whether it's out of town, I'm just saying, I can see, I know what'll happen, sooner or later.
As far as the best one that I've dealt with, that are pretty reliable on being able to get most of what you want is Allied
Mhm.
Auto.
They've always been very good, I mean, we like bearing.
We've got an account there.
There's,
So we will work on a highway credit card, what would that be called, motion, ordinance, or whatever those are. We'll put that on the next agenda and get that rolling.
okay,
Appreciate it.
thank you.
But in the meantime, try to open an account where you can, I guess, as well.
We'll see what it takes from Harbor Freight
Yeah.
or start, I guess.
So the motion was for a $2,000 tool purchase by the town highway.
I'll second.
I was giving you some space.
I know.
Any further comment?
Do you have, you said you had a list,
I do have a list.
but you know about what it was gonna cost?
I had figured it up to about 1,500 or so, but I figured that did not include big wrenches, so I figured as we figure out what big wrenches we need, we can get those. That was from, 1.5 inch up, every once in a while. you
The
get
one,
one.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you very much.
Go shopping, boys.
Go shopping.
That'll have the card first.
Yeah,
Yeah, you want the credit
yeah,
first.
shoppers fee, depending on
No, I'll give you my Cabela's card, I want the points.
that. Yeah.
I could tap into some of those. Yeah.
Carl, have you had a chance to check on some marker stakes for marking culverts?
You want the metal post, right?
Well, I think that's gonna be the best thing.
That's what you said.
I mean, it's gonna be the least amount of work to put them in. The barn hole for fence post, that was all fine and dandy when I was 30, but I passed that a while ago. So I'm just thinking those metal posts with a post mount, you can dunk them right in pretty easy. Otherwise, you gotta bar holes and.
There for a while, we were using whips, which are good for 2 years.
First snowstorm.
Just gotta, but they work good for, if you put them out in problem areas in the fall.
Mhm.
If you hit them with a wing or anything, they'll hold it.
Right.
We'll look at Tractor Supply and see what they have and stuff.
I haven't checked there, but I did talk with Jeremy Ballard, and he said he would he would see what he's got, or we'll see what he can get, because he doesn't have any, the metal posts, and see what kind of his best price he could give for, because it's gonna take, there's a lot of culverts,
Where's Jeremy?
Pulteney Pools.
Oh, okay.
He bought that, I think, last year, this spring or sometime.
I do have a GMP contact for you, Eric McClellan.
Okay,
I've got his phone number, but it's in my cell phone, I didn't bring it. And the guy that gave it to me said you probably gotta call him multiple times, but
You
not like it used to be.
You could probably get quite a few right behind the storage shed up there. There's the old perforated, the signposts that we use for street signs that have been hit and bent over and stuff. You could probably get sections out of those long enough to use for culvert markers.
okay, yeah, I mean, I thought it doesn't have to be every one the exact same, just, but,
Yeah.
I think it was really neat to mark some of them.
I think there was quite a pile of those in there.
Okay. We can look through there, see what we come up with to get started, and
And there's somewhere up there, there's
a regular driver.
Yeah, the hand driver.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Any other highway information or concerns?
Yeah, traffic safety. Gentlemen, yesterday morning, the school bus stopped at Mary Mars's to pick up the grandchildren. And a lady eastbound coming over the top of the hill, and you can see the black marks. I was getting into my pickup, and after she went by the bus, she shook her head. Number one. Number two, I was coming out of my driveway this morning and no one coming eastbound. So I started to go eastbound and an idiot passed me right on that hill. I have coffee there in the morning, and when they come around this four corners here, by the time they get to the store, it's probably estimated speed about 45, 50 miles an hour. I think it's time that we do something. I've been here 3.5 years with the traffic safety, all right? And now a darn thing has been done. Are we gonna do something when a school bus gets hit? I know we don't want to be like the town of Bridgewater. We don't want to be like the town of Woodstock, but that has nothing to do with it. All right? That's totally irrelevant. I'm talking safety. All right? Sooner or later, someone's going to get killed in the village. Village speed is way, way too fast. They don't pay any attention. They know the sheriff parks here now. I mean, everybody's really good. We have to do something. We can't put this on the back burner.
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of time with the sheriff's department, right? They're pretty low hours, right?
10 hours a week.
Yeah.
And there's 4 communities that get,
Yeah.
have an equivalent of a full-time job shared among 4 communities.
I don't think the town can afford someone here 24/7, but I think with the proper signage or the radar blinking light, I think will help. At least we can do is try.
Mhm.
All right?
But-
What was the status of, we were on the list for the sheriff's portable unit, it was getting repaired or something, and we were next on the list, and probably the same status as
Yeah.
the meeting I set up with
Yeah.
David, I haven't heard a word.
Well, the last meeting, I think I mentioned it, and David hasn't got back in contact with me. And hopefully we can have it for a while so we can put it in different locations. Eastbound, westbound, northbound. I don't think we need it northbound.
Yeah, I mean, I like that response. I guess so it's the one that like blinks blue and red or
Yeah.
whatever and says too fast.
You know, it seems like every town in the state of Vermont has it. You know, including Danby. And from what I understand, that individual donated it because he was so afraid of getting hit coming out of his driveway. But when it comes to school buses, come on, gentlemen, we have to do something.
I guess, has there ever been any research done on what we can do on the state highway? I understand that West Street, we can put that sign up there. And, you know, Brian had said to me before that we could put one down there before his house. And they, you know, we looked into them, they're $1,200 to $2,000 for a speed sign, depends which option we went with. You know, you can get them up to $5,000-6,000. But I don't know if we can in the village on 133. The sheriff's cart, they can put that up wherever they want. But as far as us erecting a sign on the state highway, I don't know who we'd have to ask to do it, you know.
Well, Carl, at this time, I'm asking you, as road commissioner, will you investigate this, please?
I mean, where would we consider placing them to talk to the state? You know, we could come all the way down to the avenue, but that is long before this area here, that's the problem.
Yeah, well, no, we talked about this.
We've been talking about this for 3.5 years, Carl.
Montford,
Okay, we did our survey, all right? And then another individual did the survey, all right? We know the estimated speed, all right? And the estimated speed was what? Can you recall that?
what, the high speed?
Yeah.
Was
What was the high speed eastbound?
72.
75.
So,
75 miles an hour in our village where streetlights are.
so,
Yeah, our proposed locations were up there by Robert and Mary Myers, somewhere in there, or around the corner just before there. And the other one, if we had 2 of the units, was kind of the corner just past me and Gilmore's there, coming this way.
but that's awful, a long ways away from the village, from the center of town, if we're gonna put up a permanent sign,
Yeah,
permanent light.
We had 2 individuals that filled out the survey from Fitzgerald, and 2 of them complained, written complaint, that it's very hard to come off that road when people speed. And this was 3.5, 4 years ago. Excuse me, Bill, go ahead.
Is it?
Yeah, sorry.
I think where the state has been contacted, and obviously there's been no response of what can be done to put a sign or anything out. My suggestion would be that road commissioner or a member of the board send an email to Brian Sanderson and say that we have safety concerns. The town, if the board will pass a motion to buy the sign that you're talking about, the flashing, to email Brian Sanderson and ask if the town buys a sign, where it could be placed in the state right away. That way you've got the paper trail started, and I'll bet you'll get a response on it. Because when you put it in front of them as a safety issue, they're gonna respond. So just a suggestion.
Thank you. All right. So yeah, I would, that sounds like a
I
great,
can ask him, you know.
okay, perfect.
You know,
Let's start with that.
I guess on east, up around Roberts would be my preference. Down south, I would think Montvert Road area up through someplace in that section, but it can affect the homeowner's visibility. That's why you would prefer to put them before a group of residents, so the flashing lights didn't affect them, you know, all hours of the night. But I don't know. It would work down around the corner from Nan's, but that's a different, you want them somewhere where the speed limit drops. Like going into West Rutland, it's where the speed limit drops from the state highway to, because West Rutland kept control of 133. They still plow that section, and that's not a state maintained road up through there when the state took that over. But
And the state keeps giving us an option to take 133 back, but I don't think it's one we want.
No, we don't want that.
Yeah, so I like that course of action.
No.
Starting a paper trail. And I guess you've been in touch with the police, the actual cart, right? And just keeping in touch with that and up to date with that.
I did meet with the new sheriff in town. Terry informed me, and he was at the behind the town office here, and I had a long talk with him, and he said that he would definitely try. And and he liked the idea about certain times. And I think the most important time frame is people going to work. If you're late, stay late. All right. You know, I just can't justify that kind of speed.
I don't know what his schedule is, and if we did have a pretty big problem with school buses here at the Four Corners a number of years ago. And we reported, we worked with the sheriff's department, and they were here quite frequently for a while, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and as far as I know, the problem pretty well went away. I don't know what it is now, but, so it can be done if they come at certain times.
Yeah. And he said that this young officer, you know, did tell me that he would talk to David about coming out early morning, 6:30 till 8 o'clock, and see if we can stop some of this, or at least give them a warning. You know?
I think the way to look at it too, you see it in a lot of different towns, like you're talking south, it's kind of, well, where do you really put it? Well, below Nan's, where the speed limit drops, I think if that sign was one that read, speed limit enforced in village limits, have that the first sign that catches their eye. And then put the flashing actual speed limit sign by where the old deli was.
Mhm.
Because then, by the time they forgot about the first sign that they come to, they're seeing that flashing sign, and it sticks with you, because I follow cars all the time going into these little towns, and that's the way they're set up. And they don't pick their speed back up from the time they see that, once they get used to it. So, I mean, there's a lot of different ways that it can be done, and by having the blinking sign by where the old deli was, there's no houses real close in that vicinity to where
I see the town of Timoth now has a blinking light right before you get to the school.
Yeah.
That's just to warn people, you
Yeah.
know?
When West Street was we got a grant to do the marking of all the signs now on West Street. We tried to get the state to allow a caution light at the farm down here for cattle crossing that could be turned on
Mhm.
when the cattle were crossing the road on that corner, and the state wouldn't allow.
Yeah.
You know, it only made sense.
Is there are there grants out there for this kind of thing, for small town speed limit signage?
Well, Pulteney and us got a grant for 140 from this intersection to there, back when Shirley and I were on before.
every once in a while, I see them come up from music, it's the municipal standards for highway signage.
But it wouldn't, yeah, so just get
these units
compliant, not necessarily beyond that, right? Okay.
these units are very, very expensive. And I recommend getting a good quality one. And we have discussed it many, many hours here at the select board. Get affordable. I don't think we can afford the stationary ones all over town, but the portable one, we can move. I will volunteer to maintain them.
Appreciate that. Okay, so I like this course of action. Carly will start that chain
Looking at
Brian Sanderson.
talking to Brian.
Perfect. Thank you for your concerns, Brian.
Thank you.
We're moving on now to town lands. I don't think we have any, Crystal already did our library update.
On town lands,
Yeah.
I'm wondering, is there still a building committee that's formed, or I know I was on one? I would really like to offer to really get involved to see about getting a town garage. But if I could get the information to the engineer that's been hired, I've got the time now, I can be ringing his phone off the hook and try to get things moving along. I mean, I've got a good warm place to build a bathroom now, but I feel for these guys that don't. So like I said, I've got some time on my hands. I know quite a bit about what's happened down there in the past. I'd really like to get pushing forward.
Great.
No.
It's not that long.
I have to clean it.
So, I think Herb had most of that information. He was dealing with Frank Parent himself, I believe. I never saw any of his correspondence, so.
We just, a month ago, we paid him $1,200 for the work he'd done so far. The contract that was signed with him was for, I think, $2,000 for him and $5,000 for field work to be hired, subbed out, to try to expand the NOMA that's in place down there. So the whole thing, everything's sitting idle to see if there's any place down there to build.
And what I found in the past, it'll sit idle unless somebody is.
Absolutely. So don't know if there is a building committee.
Yeah.
There,
Yeah.
yeah,
Gary, mine, Bill.
Yeah. Great.
Glenn Clarabelle.
Glenn, Riley, Bob Riley,
Alan Parker.
Alan Parker.
Right.
We went down and viewed Quarry's property down there when we did that, and then the select board voted to hire Parent to back this again, and so they're still waiting, pushing another year, waiting for
So we're waiting on, who are we waiting on?
an engineer.
Yeah, but this engineer was, approached to do whatever you guys needed, how long ago?
A year.
So do we need somebody new?
No, he is a
Either
new one.
that or
He is a
We already had one done.
So we
Years
need
ago.
somebody new again, so let's
Years
understand
fast.
that we need
need somebody
business.
poking holes.
Yeah.
They'll
I
drive
would,
it
I,
forever,
I,
you know.
I'm fully.
And I'll be
supportive.
that guy.
nowadays the year is fast, so we could go down and start tearing that building down and stuff.
I mean, that's the first thing. Can that building be torn down? I mean, that's, has always been some question because of the historic value of it.
There's not much historic value with that building.
No, I mean,
Or we'll just wait until it comes down on its own. which is-
Yeah.
Well, historic value, I heard that 25 years ago, when Timmy Rouse was putting up a new garage. So I know the person to contact, so that the building will come down in front of a crowd saying, I can't hear you. Because when he started his excavator up and made one swat, the building was gone. And he said, I told you so.
So, Bill, what are you looking for?
Just do it.
Contact information with Frank Parent would be a good
Great.
start.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Gentlemen, why don't we have Bill, seeing that Bill has all the time now to chair this, to have him be in charge of it. I mean, Terry's really busy.
Yep. Is there a chair? Who is the current chair of the building committee?
that we didn't elect one.
Okay. Is that something that would be done internally, or can the select board appoint one?
It's basically a committee that works at the liberty of the chair. So,
Of the chair of.
the town,
Yeah,
any
okay.
committee
Gotcha.
works at the liberty of the
Gotcha.
chair.
I'm learning it on the fly here.
So,
I would,
I guess we shouldn't be jumping until we know that something can be done.
yes,
You know, we're spending money trying to push something in there.
Yep.
And we have wasted a lot of money over the years trying to figure out what to go there. And every time we've done something, what is approved, like we got a NOMA, I guess, that says we can build where that house sits. Well, a house is 24 feet wide on that end. You know, and it may be 70 foot. Well, if you're talking 40 foot wide, you're talking almost a 5-foot drop into the basement there of that 24-foot site.
Yeah.
I
there's
have-
definitely large, it's gonna take some work, but I would feel very confident that it'd be in good hands with you, Bill, if you want to, take that on.
I'll poke the bear, see if I can get started, if I have the boards.
I'm sure Frank knows it, but FEMA's revising their maps.
Right, that's what we're waiting on.
Bill, if you can make it happen, we'll get a placard for you on the toilet. So.
Well, I can make it happen.
We'll get a gold plated toilet.
So what I heard was that Bennington County would be the first one with revised maps, and it would be 2028.
That's if anybody's in FEMA.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we had,
And
You know,
who knows? Yeah.
none of the people are working.
All right, great.
And Billy, if you're looking, hey, Billy,
Out the training, all we need is an engineer.
hey, Bill, if you're looking for a little helper, I'll help you.
Okay,
All right?
All right.
you're in charge in November.
No, no. I'm gonna be in the same state as you.
Great. Other town lands and facilities, anything in solid waste? How big large dump day go?
Solid waste, how did it go? You were there.
Great.
We need to thank everybody that worked and tell me if I missed anybody. Carl was there first thing in the morning with Chuck moving, opening doors and moving containers around. And he was there for a while. But Robert McMahon volunteered his time. And of course, all the board, Sean, myself, Isaac, Chuck, thank you for operating the backhoe and everything all day, giving up a Saturday for us. You do give it up, by the way. No, I'm just kidding. Amanda.
I think I did, I forgot to put it on my time sheet.
Amanda and Patty, and was there anybody else? And I want to say a special thanks to Rhonda Phillips. She bought coffee for the entire work crew. And
Yeah,
that's
that was
pretty
great.
nice because they don't do that very often.
And
So that was nice.
I was there the whole day, and our little girl, Amanda, she ran. I mean, she is a worker. I mean, she goes above and beyond. She's so good with the customers. Thank you. I mean, every time I turned around, she wasn't walking. She was running.
Well, I have to apologize to the board. I usually have cookies for people down there, but I'm unemployed now, so I had to cut back.
Did you get a deer, Philip? Was it worthwhile?
I did, and I
Oh,
took,
did you?
well, I got one opening day, and then I took somebody out Saturday morning, so.
Oh, nice.
I just need to say, if Bill's cutting back on cookies, I need to reconsider.
Yeah, there's gonna be another spot opening on the board.
We need to start a separate fund for bacon, Bill's bacon.
Good point. And,
While you're talking about like dumpster day and the transfer station and stuff, there's a couple posts over there that need to be replaced. They're broke off, they're anchored with a cable and a concrete block
Where at?
at the transfer station.
Yeah.
I
Every
think,
time we
I think we
fix
really
it.
need to,
Every time we fix them, it lasts about a week.
yeah.
maybe a steel beam is what we need on those two spots, because they're both on where the gate opens and hinges. And whether the truck itself that's supposed to be picking up the box bangs into it, or I don't know, I have no idea why.
They're
but
usually the culprits.
They're always broken.
Yeah.
Whether it's a 6-inch round post set in the ground or.
Bill spent, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours there one time, a year and a half or so ago, and on a Saturday afternoon, and the very Monday or Tuesday when they picked up the containers, it was right back to the way it was. They tend to leave the doors open, which understandably so, when they move the containers in and out and whatever. And when they're bringing one back, 4 hours from now or whatever, and that's fine, I don't have a problem with that. But those things act like a safe. And it'll gets a lot of force anyway. So I don't know.
I just think before the thing, it's cabled one way, but what if it goes the other way? And it falls on somebody, car or person or whoever. I think that's something that needs to be, like I say, whether we put a steel pipe in the ground, so if they back into it, it'll be bent, but it's not gonna fall over. But I guess we need to look at it to see what's gonna work the best.
Appreciate that.
Just for reference, you got 2,360 pounds of metal on one container and 4,680 on the other. So, I guess it was worthwhile. We don't know how much trash went, but that was clearance with the scrap.
Great. All right. Moving on to correspondence.
Oh boy, we got a bunch. We have 3 sets of maps from AOT. Okay. We got 3 sets of maps from the state. And We have the appropriations request from ARC Rutland, appropriations request from Green Up Day, and the report of appropriations request from all the organizations, and appropriations request from VNA Hospice, and Hospice. We have a survey. Does anybody want to fill out a survey relative to the John Deere backhoe? Should be somebody that operates it, probably not one of us.
I'll fill it out, I guess.
Take a look at it anyway. It's an old fashioned one with an envelope and everything.
In triplicate.
Maybe I better do that. Maybe I better do that if it's old fashioned.
JCB would be easy. Such a match.
We got a note from Vermont Local Roads, Ethan Pepin at Rutland Planning Commission about a complete streets training, October 23rd to West Rutland Town Hall Auditorium. Another note from Ethan about a grant opportunity. The TAP program, Transportation Alternatives Program, and Municipal Highway and Stormwater Mitigation. The grant's federal funding requires 20% local match due November 7th, so the time is kind of short. Can pay for things such as bicycle and pedestrian infrastructure, pollution mitigation projects related to stormwater, such as a salt and sand shed. Somebody want to jump on that? Another niche type project, so.
The thing with the salt and sand shed, before you apply for that grant, you've got to decide where you're gonna put it and what you want. Pretty particular. And as far as the other parts of the pedestrian stuff, all that's gonna do is create the road through a bigger pain in the ass for maintenance.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't know if we really need anything for that.
If we put the salt and sand shed in the middle of the road, it would slow down the traffic.
Probably not.
At least the
Good
first part
idea.
of it through.
Is this the one that Patty sent us a while ago, or is this, no, this is different?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be careful what you ask for. I think I told this story before. One time we were looking at rebuilding a 3-phase line through the village of Williamsville, which is in South Newfoundland. Quaint little village, kind of. Anyway, we met with a bunch of customers there and we walked from one end to the other, and one of the comments made was, well, why can't we build it right in the middle of the road to calm the traffic down? And that was serious. That was not a joke. It was a joke to us. So. Yeah. So, you never know. We had an application for Conservation Commission appointment from Nelson Hernandez III. These are old things, Brown's Quarry Slate, prices, road commissioner duties and responsibilities, Middletown Springstown treasurer duties and responsibilities. I suspect we're all set. Jenny left a little instruction sheet relative to challenges and changes in completion of highway time sheets, so we're good with that, I suspect. Because we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, but if not,
Oh, sorry, what is
it's in there. That's a time sheet.
this? We got that, email about a timesheet was not coded right or something from Jenny. That,
Yeah.
whatever. So did you not get that done again? I think,
I haven't looked in the payroll to see if we have something in there. I'm sure there probably. We have a,
Well, I noticed that she didn't add the Bill's vacation time. I noticed.
yeah, I don't know if that went through. We have something from International League of Cities. I think this is something we got a while ago, where they just mail you this book with everybody in the.
Says it's, was
name in it
incomplete.
that nobody wants, so I would say that we
For the
put
time
that
sheet.
in around 5.
Yeah.
I don't know what incomplete means, but possibly the coding. Maybe.
And I think we had these last time that we never finished was incident report relative to the transfer station on September 13th.
So if there's a problem with the timesheet, I'm sure she knows his phone number and my phone number. There's only two of us. Couldn't she easily call us and say there's a problem, stop down to the office? Instead of just run around, circle, you don't want me to say what I'm gonna say. I mean, come on. We're right there.
Yep, I think
She works here, we work out of that spot right here. We're 5 minutes away from each other for a walk and 2 seconds on a phone call. Not an email, not a text message, a phone call. We all have service here.
yeah, I think
Something
the
very
idea is to
simple,
make it.
something very simple. If there's a problem, have whoever it is come in and so we can be addressed, not beat around the bush and talk to 10 people to get one thing done.
I think the idea that she's trying to get is just finding a system that works. That's what we're trying to get.
Right, no, I understand that, but like I say, if there's only two of us. So it'd be either his phone number or my phone number and say, can you stop down so we can try to get this straightened out so that, I mean,
No, for sure.
Is there,
And I think we're,
is
you
there
know,
something? in-
sometimes
it'll
we'll
take
take
some-
some of the
it'll take
kitchen
some
and make
getting
kitchen tasting soup.
it takes some.
You obviously don't understand government work.
Oh, but you can't make a mountain out of a molehill for everything. And that's,
Yes.
but it takes 5 people to talk about it before it gets back to the
Time sheet's
person,
supposed to be.
whoever it may be. I mean, come on.
It's,
We're not garden Fort Knox here.
Who's coding the bills?
Me.
I don't know if that's last week, this week, there's
I
no
got, my tablet.
oh, I don't,
weekend.
is that where the coding's done?
A lot of bills come in on.
We have no idea.
So,
Who, what,
they
when,
don't sell
where.
paper anymore. So if that thing isn't checked within 2 days, it's gonna be so full, it's gonna take 2 weeks just to get through that. Emails and stuff. So,
Yeah,
and if business is gonna be done, they've got like my name off it.
We got the invoice for the taking the trees down out here, and Denny just wants to know what account it goes to, maintenance account or tree account. Does anybody have the? I think Carl had it pulled up. I would say that it's probably a tree account, but it could be, well, it could be the one, it could be maintenance for the building account.
We got 5 or 6 other taxes.
If the trees fell over, they would have hit the building.
And,
maintenance.
start
Yeah.
differentiating
You wanna
what's
say maintenance?
what.
Town office maintenance. I don't
I
remember.
don't think it would be town office maintenance.
I don't remember what we
What's
had.
that? One of the officials, there's a lot.
No.
So,
You want me to grab that really quick, guys? It's still on the table, I can show you
It
what
wasn't
I
working.
What's that?
They sold it for $600.
or some other clients.
Probably
Yeah,
so.
I might buy some cookies for that. For well. We'll see. I haven't even seen if it works.
Gary Wade taught me a lot about that.
Yeah, that's
20 years and
So I guess
Yeah.
it worked, and even if it doesn't work, I mean, the guy sold one that didn't work.
That's a long run.
It's like a couple years in for like, apparently it was like.
Almost as long as Bob Graff,
Laser
and
efficient.
that's why he ran. Because he was looking in the newspapers, seeing Bob Graff sit back in his chair with his mouth wide open, sleeping.
I don't know what this is. Isaac just one wants to stop bringing it.
It was gonna be on the front page of the paper.
I found one from, so that was 1988, I found one from 1990 on eBay,
the first time,
14 bids on it, $620.
there's
Not
3
working.
reps.
I'm not sure if the one that I
for
bought
this
home works,
district
so
in my
if
entire life.
if I sell it, I'll bring in some I'll bring in some cookies for,
That was what? Something you
that laser thing that we're trying to figure out.
Seriously?
There was somebody putting one up from 1990 that didn't work, it was $624.
That just ran out on your forehead.
Yeah. So what do we got for?
Town office, we have, I just had it here.
I might bring donuts if I saw that.
Town property maintenance. We had budgeted $5,000 just for FYI. Last year, 24, we budgeted 2,500 and spent 5,100. So that's why we upped it to 5,000. And I don't know what we put in for tree trimming. I don't remember. That could go to reserve account. I'd say it probably should be in the building maintenance, actually, property maintenance.
Yeah.
I think so.
Which, I just lost that page, I can't even get it anymore. Tree trimming, we put in 3,500. Right. Well, that was the old cemetery. I don't remember what we spent over there, but that-
You got two of those still?
You
got two of those?
Cemetery.
Philip, did you finish your candy? Did Philip finish his candy?
He was got a while ago.
Billy, I think he has worms.
That's why Bill's not allowed to use his bathroom.
So, do we need a motion or we just?
Oh, no, that's
Yeah.
fine. I don't know, she probably doesn't have that on the bills for this week. Let's see. So anyway, other than that, we have financials. Selectboard. CXL, was that check? Bill for this invoice coming from. What's that?
So I imagine this is what needs to be. What she meant. The week ending, the date probably in each of those. And then. Yeah, so that's your signature here, and then your total daily hours. I guess that's it. That's what she meant.
I think was that last week's?
That would be last week's.
Right.
So we need a piece,
Um,
we need a piece of paper to sign for her to process that check tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't know if we have a handwritten order sheet anymore.
We have a handwritten order sheet here. We make copies so we don't, we can put that trees one on there too if it's not.
So would that be something simple for her to call me up and say, hey, we need the dates broke down on here, you need the hours broke out for each one? I mean, it's, like I said, okay, I didn't do it right. Call me up, I'm a big boy.
Yeah.
I mean, for real, it's,
No, I appreciate that, but then, yeah, once we get the system down, it'll be a lot easier. I think. That's just figuring it out. But as long as.
right, no, I agree, but like I say, let's, you know.
And I don't know if that'll change or not, but we can try to make the system as smooth as possible.
Okay, I'll try to change with her,
Yeah.
so.
Well, appreciate you hanging on with this old bureaucracy thing. We're all learning it.
Right.
You're a big boy now?
Well, we try to be.
Yeah.
I think you're doing a fine job, right?
Thank you.
This is something that we have the select board assistant check in.
See, the only difference with me sitting here tonight, they work for me now, I don't work for them.
Is this is what we would all sign and copy this?
Yeah, put that on there, and I think we'll probably put that trees thing on there too, unless it's on somewhere
There's
else.
3 that get it.
Wasn't quite following
Possibly cool.
What? I think that's supposed to be a check, I don't know.
that. I don't know if there's some
But
next steps.
young people
involved.
slang, it looks like
We just got
CXL.
paid. It's-
CXL is what
Just
that
the
means.
moment now. What's-
I think she's saying check with Bill, this is about the IMED thing going forward.
Yeah, the town paid my IMAD, and I asked a question, what I need for contact so that I can see if I wanna pay for it myself and continue, so. Because I have quite a bit of paperwork from them in a long time.
Looks like CXL to me, but I don't know what the hell it is.
I can touch base with
You'll
you.
touch base with Jenny? Okay, that's, take it out of her hands is probably your best bet. Thank you, Bill.
Okay, so I would put,
We don't know the amount, whatever, but just.
this would be.
I shouldn't have mentioned that, town probably would have paid for my IMAD forever. No, probably not forever, I just wasn't. After that, I'll stick it to me.
So this is the week ending on the, when does the work weekend on the Saturday or Sunday for you guys?
I don't know, nobody ever said.
Friday.
Friday?
So do you
Okay,
just say?
So is this the week of the third or?
Fun. That's what I was getting from that, but is that what you understood it as?
I don't think there's anything we
Third was a
why
Friday.
should, are we,
Well, no, because
That would be
this,
last
whatever the
week.
state, I guess,
Well,
gave us our.
When did we get the mower?
Go through or something.
What are we-
I think that was what we
That was last week,
that
27.
refund
last week.
date.
Yeah, so we had the mower last year. We
Or
dropped it
the week
off
before.
last
Yeah,
Friday.
yes.
Dropped it off last. Yeah, we
So
dropped the
said
mower
the
off
old,
last Friday.
Monday.
Yeah, that's 27.
So we ultimately should get this again. Yeah.
It says our meeting,
Can I go?
we had a meeting over there
I think we
last
should be getting this
Thursday.
again, but-
That would be
Because
That would have been the second.
second.
So
check
then the
that part
third,
in was insufficient
yeah,
amount.
last week would have been
It's never
pending
actually
on the third.
cashed.
Because this is the week we.
So I think it was
I think
received, I
They
think
went
it's
to
a
the mower,
new
got
truck.
one on 130.
Yeah, I think it was, which.
27.
I think that we had solicitation calls, but it seems like it was received and then we were paid out from that, but then it bounced or whatever after it was paid out.
So, because our week ends on Friday, your big.
Which is not a lovely thing to be reading. Or 2 hours after.
say, we need to process
Yeah.
that tonight.
In compliance now
Yeah.
with that,
Yeah.
background check.
An hour and a half later. But you gotta do your son.
No, I don't think we need to cut
Oh, you're not
anybody
gonna-
a check.
Well, because I think that because it's like government return.
Should I just leave this
Refund,
and
so I
this
think
attached to this?
we got
other
it.
one?
I got it from the state, that we gave the state didn't actually get the money.
I think if you didn't, I think I've got.
Yeah, I
I
don't
thought
think
his check
this
was
is probably
coming.
on the order.
I'll
That
have
was
to
the
do
basis.
Well, we still gotta,
Electronic.
still fill in whatever days they were.
So maybe just that's the system, but the,
We still need the weekending and.
So no work on Monday.
So we still-
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
We should, we wanna keep her
I don't
happy.
know that, but,
Okay.
Want me to get that if you know?
As long as
We know that
as long
the
as
week
it's
of
not-
10-3.
The 27th.
What's in here?
That's a digital day now.
Yeah.
Well, he's not the one that found it.
He took the glory for it.
Hey, Bill, a guy stopped at my house and wanted to know if that Jeep was for sale. And I said, yeah. And he said, how much do you think he wants for it? And I said, I'm not sure, about between 18 and 20. So he said he'd think about it.
You get that, I'll treat you well.
You'll make sure you get a deer.
I'll go buy one, I don't have to do anymore.
Yeah, he says, I spotted it, you had your garage door open. Oh, yeah.
What is pig water repellent oil?
Pig water?
Pig water repellent oil.
What is it?
I don't know.
Pig water repellent oil.
no, okay, so, I mean, it says it here, so they're,
Oh, it's,
hold on.
pig mats for repelling
Oh.
spill oil.
Okay. What's that? Are we keeping hogs now?
Well, there's been known to be one or two around at a certain time, back before my time. No, the Albert Buffalo Road.
Robert does stuff around it.
Shop? Where's the shop? No, since it's not.
Oh, we're still right there.
You still there?
Oh, yeah.
How much longer?
Well, he
Not
should-
long.
December next year?
Charge all return.
December
taxes.
December
So he's
next
just
year.
sufficient funds.
Somebody was talking to me about working on that space, so I guess they're just working on that.
They're doing something with the brake box.
Yeah.
They're getting those old screw-in fuses out there before it burns down.
Well, I was afraid they were gonna get in there today, and the guy was gonna see it, you know, this whole thing needs to be done, he's not ripping everything apart. I turned the heat on in there this morning, I was chilling, I took the side by side now, it's like a bowl leaves, I was chilling, I got.
This is the correspondence.
Does anybody want, does the highway keep a copy of this is the big map, road map on the shelf over there, or on the wall over there?
Yeah, let's do
Sure.
that.
There might have been.
Does that have a map of the culverts too?
It's not that detailed.
That's
Yeah,
on,
no,
that's on
I
that
got
map.
this now, so
Yeah,
that
that's
would be
that
cool.
one. I don't think it's better down here,
So that was-
First one on.
But this had gone through, or
it's got all the
through on their
different
side,
little
they
segments.
made us helpful, but then when that check.
You're welcome.
Clear up their side. So
We
they had
got that.
already
Yep.
dispersed the payment to us,
It's
dispensed the payment to us, that's $12.50.
Thank you very much.
So
You want to just sign
that,
it
so now we have to
Today?
pay that back because they didn't actually get that.
right now? You with me?
Okay, that's the one, this one.
I mean, I don't know what,
But not a lot of,
what.
a lot of it's not being covered. But that's,
What's the difference between total daily hours versus time?
so I guess
and hours?
it got dropped into our account. It must
So
have
you
been-
just took 3 to 7 and
Pretty much
then
right
like
away.
you took a lunch, you took a
And
break.
then it came through that it wasn't funded.
Because sometimes in that in and out, you're gonna have multiple ins and outs.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
So this is, 7 to 3, 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all that, is. That column there, you're just gonna write the hours.
Okay.
The only reason it's gotta be broke out in the left-hand column is so that it goes under the right, like class 2, class 3, highway maintenance, building and grounds, maintenance.
Over on the far left.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
The only thing I would say is just,
What do you need?
It's not like where you go with the thing back together or shift it. Which truck? Dodge.
Must be the one that they went to.
right?
Shop and that was shut there.
Processing professional services.
Are we adding this to this sheet as well, I think?
Yeah, if it's not on there somewhere else, I don't know if it's on
Trees incorporated, is that on there?
the town. She might have the old cemetery one on, but not the town one. I don't know.
Someplace I saw trees. I guess we're running out of ink too.
Yeah. There's a little trouble with the printer there.
975. One double 8-inch or 20-inch cherry topped and fell.
Yeah, that's the old cemetery account. That's the only one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I add that on there. Thank you.
Some interesting reading there, Terry.
Must be. Government payments?
Yeah.
Did you approve that?
It's electronic. I guess what
It's
we were
for,
able to decipher over here.
seems to be what we now use for, tax payments, for our tax payments.
That and then he said it was taken, the correct payment was made. So that partial payment was paid to the town, so that's gotta be.
Better sometimes to ask for forgiveness than just
So I was figuring out from all this reading.
I think it probably got deposited to us right away, and then the, things bounced after it was in our account. So that's why we have to raise it first.
Someplace in this new electronic transfers,
Doritos do it every time.
so.
There's this order. Put your address on the rope, I can start swinging the flag and rock right around the building. Here's another wrecking ball.
Terry hasn't signed it yet.
No. Where's your spot?
Hmm.
Sean?
Oh,
It's just your name, but you haven't actually signed it.
I looked too, and I thought.
I thought that was your secretary.
Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, you changed the city.
Might as well, right? It's Patty's signature.
Actually, you crossed out Robin's signature.
Premature.
Good thing we're saving paper.
Just another thing for more things to get screwed up.
Do you do the, big dump one?
I don't.
You're getting on that one.
I just want to set trusses off.
You what?
Set trusses below. The trusses for that garage.
Oh, right.
That's too.
That's right.
I was there first time.
I think it only cost me $35 this time, because when I got Sam,
You did
my
finally get-
babysitter fell through, and Sam ended up watching her. When I got home, I had to buy my clip for 22. He got at a garage sale. He got that, and I think he got fishing poles for $2 each, because the guy's like, oh, I'd like to see a young kid into this stuff. And just started pouring out stuff. So we picked up 222s on the unison. We'll shot 22 from this guy. What are you going to do with that? We got a nice one. I never actually got a nice one. And I also got bolt action when I was engaged. I'm like, you got this one. Will you need this single shot 22? Yeah. Although I have my sister's.
I think you've seen that one, didn't you, girl?
I got my sister's 22, and then she was a kid. It's like about this big.
Yeah. I think you were the last time.
I was, I remember all the people that were there.
Was it like a double charge or something?
Because it had already been paid, apparently.
I think it probably is like processing gets dropped to us right away, but then by the time it's big, handled it, it's official funds.
So like,
so it was like, it takes a couple days for things.
but it like, it double charged, like you got charged, or there's 2,291.
Or look at
And then
Mr.
they
Lori
take
across the
back
road, we don't have anything else.
I
Yeah,
mean, you did.
well, a lot of
you did-
paperwork there for nothing.
For not much.
I know the last
So
day.
Jeez, man. That's only for- because it's down here in this town area.
Safety nets.
You can't pay Christmas.
Yeah, that could have been just to reach out to
No, some of us don't want it.
someone. to get that.
So that's what it's for.
I'm pretty sure. This was the emails, and the rest of it is attached to the financials.
Is he from Heinsberg?
The financials in there.
Melanie and Aaron's up
I
there.
didn't see that.
They do a lot of concrete work.
That's
that,
what
and
they
they
call
a lot
it.
of piling driving.
Yeah.
And multiple people go in.
You want to initial that one? Or you want me to?
No, this was at noon on Tuesday. Noon on 12:30 on Tuesday. That's when the email was sent. That's 12:30 on Tuesday.
Never hit. That one was for some reason.
I think I got
Oh, yeah. We'll hear about it.
Yeah, we will.
Yep, all right. Moving on. So financials, moving on to legal.
Do we have a motion to accept the financial?
Motion to accept the financials.
I'll second that.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Like legal, I don't think so. Their business, he would move to adjourn.
I'll second that. 9:10.
At
9:10.
9:10. I guess all those in favor? Is that how it goes?
Now, you can figure out how to shut that off
I'll try.
without tearing it off the wall.